What's going on, folks? My name's Hayden, and today is a beautiful day, but I think it's even more beautiful because we're going to do a little real estate training, and I'm going to show you how to find your first real estate investment. Now, this is going to be a short and easy video. It's going to give you actionable steps that as soon as you get done watching this, you can go take action on this exact video. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about what is your first real estate investment, the different kinds. The first place most people are going to start is residential real estate. Okay, and when we say residential real estate, essentially what we mean is probably a house or a duplex. We could talk about a triplex, but these are the most common things. So whenever we're doing our first residential investment, we're probably going to look at a house or a duplex. Okay, these are where most people get started, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So let's talk for a quick second about how to find a residential real estate investment. Okay, there's a couple things to think about whenever looking for residential real estate investments. The first thing to think about is location. You're going to want to think about what school district is it in, value to rental incomes, because that's going to determine a lot of your cash on cash metrics and what kind of an ROI, IRR, cash on cash you get out of that investment. Okay, but whenever we're looking for houses or duplex, probably the number one place you can go start looking for these is just Zillow.com. Okay, and what you do when you go to Zillow, I want you to go and look at the for rent section. So there's drop down tabs. You're going to want to look at for rent, and that's going to give you an idea of what other houses in the neighborhood are renting for. Now you can draw maps on Zillow to pick out particular areas that you want to invest in. There's a lot of different things that go behind what areas do you want to invest in, what states do you want to invest in. Do you want to invest in your own neighborhood? Do you want to invest in, say I live in Georgia, do I want to invest in Texas? Do I want to invest in Iowa? Do I want to invest in Kentucky? So there's a lot of different things and metrics that go behind that, but once you've drilled down on where you want to invest, you're going to want to go to Zillow, type in that zip code, draw a circle on a map for exactly the area you want to buy in. You can start looking at for rent, okay? So that'll give you some comparable data. This is where you want to pull comps from, so that whenever you're analyzing and underwriting your investment, what you can do is you can pull comps to make sure that your rental income, so yeah, for rent comps, and then that's going to give you good data you can start putting into your financial model for your investments. So the first place you want to go from Zillow, but whenever I'm on Zillow and I see a house that interests me, okay, there's a couple different kinds of residential. Obviously you have, the houses particularly that people live in, and the duplexes are mainly going to be investments, but sometimes they're owner occupied. A duplex is a great place to start, but what you want to do whenever you find places that are rental properties and not necessarily higher end residential houses, anything 500,000 plus probably isn't going to make a great rental. So whenever you find an agent, a real estate agent, selling some of these investment grade properties, call that realtor up and just ask if you can have lunch with them. Tell them about what you're looking for, because a lot of times these agents, what they have listed out there on Zillow isn't the only thing they have for sale. They might know somebody. They might have a friend who said, hey, by the way, I've got this investment property I'm looking to sell. If you know of anybody, then send them my way. And they may not necessarily go out and put it on Zillow, and that's called an off-market listing. So whenever you go and look on Zillow, the main thing you're going to get is the realtor contact. And that's super important. Okay, so whenever you get a realtor contact, nurture that relationship with that realtor. Okay, you want to get to know that realtor on a very good level by name, and they know what you're looking for, and whenever they find that, they bring it to you. Okay, so this is one great way to get started finding your first real estate investment for residential. Now, essentially the same thing, if we're doing commercial investments, which by the way, your first investment does not have to be residential. If you can jump straight into commercial, fundamentally it's the exact same thing, and the speed at which your wealth is going to increase is huge. It's way different. So if you can do commercial, educate yourself on commercial right from the get-go, I think that is a great place to start. Okay, so if you're doing commercial, there's a couple different things you can do. You can go to loopnet.com. You can go to Crexy.com. Okay, these are two main platforms that commercial real estate is sold on. And just like you could do on Zillow, is you can come here and You can search in certain zip codes. You can figure out what you're looking for, whether it's apartments, office space, retail, self-storage, whether it be medical space. You can go in and in the subsections, you can type in, call it Texas, then you can do this zip code, and then you can do this type property, and then you can do between this price and this price. Okay, so you can narrow down, and again, there's going to be someone listing that property. This may not be the best property for you, but don't just dish out and ignore that property if it's overpriced or if it's not exactly what you're looking for, because chances are this person, and especially true in commercial, there are a lot less commercial agents than there are residential. Especially in commercial, you want to build and nurture good quality relationships with those brokers. Okay, so if you're just getting started in real estate, whether it be residential or commercial, the ultimate goal is to get to a commercial investor. This is the best way to get started. So I encourage you right now, today, leave this video. First, subscribe and comment, like this video, share it with some friends. But I really encourage you to go to LoopNet, go to Crexy.com, go to Zillow, and start looking for and underwriting commercial properties. If you have any questions about any of this, post a comment below. I'll get back with you, help you out on your journey. If you haven't read my book, I encourage you to read the book. There's a free link below teaching you all about how to underwrite properties like I was just talking about. So go grab that. It's called Skip the Flip. It's an Amazon bestseller. Until next time, be great.